Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Sealand News Brief. Today, again, Wednesday, July 27th. This would be the last week of the month. And we changed our room interior a little bit. I hope you enjoyed it. Let's go with our okay, we changed our format a little bit, but first we're going to talk about the mortgage interest rate as we usually do. And first news we got is green light on 잉글우드 Cliffs apartment project. We're going to talk about that. And the second, New Jersey landlord will not discriminate immigration status. We're going to talk about that also. And next news we're going to talk about is record home prices, lowered sales. And the next topic will be housing price growth slowed in May. Finally, house pricing growth slowed down. And the next news we're going to cover is tighter lending curves, commercial loans. Okay, so we're going to talk about commercial loans. And the next one is some economists may say inflation is a peak now. Whether inflation is over now, we're going to talk about that. And the last one is keeping the mortgage in the family. This is a very interesting topic from Wall Street Journal, so I want to share with you. Okay, so first, mortgage interest rate. This week, 30-year fixed rate went down to 4.875. By the way, all categories this week changed to lower interest rate. 15-year to 3.875, FHA to 4.5, 10-year Treasury yield to 2.752 from last week, 3.019. And the 5-year arm went down to 4.5, and 7-year arm went down to 4.750. And if we want to take a look at of a month ago, see, look at this. A month ago, it was a 5.875. So right now it's about 1% down. And the 15-year, more than 1% down. And FHA also, last month, it was a 5.125. And also 5-year arm, the last month is 5.75, but this week 4.5. So 7 years, same trend. So all pretty much down. Well, we'll see today's after meeting. We'll see FOMC the meeting, and they will say that the fund rate increased by 0.75. So we'll see what's going on next week. Okay, first news. Green light on 잉글우드 Cliffs apartment complex. Well, New Jersey Court of Appeal judged on 15th that appeal by 잉글우드 Cliffs town government is not valid. Okay, the appeal was filed by Republican politicians in town government. Well, developer and some, I guess, Democrat wanted this project moved on. So in fact, they made a decision, the court made a decision, but the 잉글우드 Cliffs town government, mostly Republicans, appealed sometime before, and this month, 15th, July 15th, the New Jersey Court of Appeal, they denied their appeal. That means now this project is up, okay? they can build. The development on 800 Sylvan Avenue includes 450 units of apartments, among them 112 townhouses and 338 apartment units, plus 60 to 65 units of apartment on the lot at Hudson Terrace. This Hudson Terrace lot owned by town. But people saying this project might have some still kind of hindrances due to Republicans' continuing objections, including the mayor, Mario Kranzek, during the course of actions. So down the road, what kind of objection they will face, we'll have to see. But it's not going to be smooth. That's what they're saying. The median home price in town in 잉글우드 Cliffs is close to 1.5 million. The most Republicans who object to this project, they are concerned about, well, school is going to be jamming and house prices are going to go down and taxes are going to go up. Those kind of reasons that they are objecting this project. 그 잉글우드 클립스의 이제 이 단지 아파트만 단지 프로젝트는 계속 얘기가 되어 왔던 거죠. 결국은 엎치락 뒤치락 하다가 마지막 어필을 한 게 있었는데 리퍼블리컨들을 중심으로 시장도 포함해서 어필을 한 게 있었어요. 항소를 항소법원에서 그 항소를 기각했어요. 안 들어줬어요. 그러므로 인해서 이 디벨롭먼트 프로젝트는 이제 되는 거죠. 온 된 거죠. 그래서 이제 개발을 하게 됐는데 한 450개 유닛 아파트가 지어지니까 적은 건 아니겠죠. 한 112개 타운하우스하고 한 338개 아파트 유닛. 작은 거는 아니죠. 작은 프로젝트는. 그러나 아마 쉽지는 않을 것 같다. 이런 예상들을 하고 있다. 왜냐하면 리퍼블리컨들이 계속적으로 뭔가를 문제 삼을 수 있기 때문에. 그리고 잉글우드 클립스의 현재 미디언 프라이스는 150만 불 정도다. 공화당 쪽에서 지금 반대를 하는 것은 이제 학교가 이제 잼될 거고, 그다음에 집값이 떨어질 거고, 그다음에 텍스는 올라갈 거고 이런 것들을 예상을 해서 반대를 하고 있는 그러한 실정이다. Okay, next news is New Jersey landlords will not discriminate immigration status. So far, this immigration status was not in clear situation. Okay, but as we know, as we studied before, currently NJ, New Jersey law against discrimination protects 18 classes: race, family status, nation, the origins, whether it's homosexual or not. They have 18 classes, okay, protection, but there was no protection for so far. No protection for immigration status in New Jersey. And if this law becomes effective, landlord cannot reject the tenant because of immigration status, nor evict tenant, nor threaten tenant. Any offender shall pay $2,000 penalty and ask for, the tenant can ask for monetary damages and attorney fees, etc. And in New Jersey right now, 460,000 illegal immigrants, and among its residents of 9 million residents. 여태까지는 그 신분 문제가 상당히 조금 애매했었죠. 실질적으로 우리가 일을 할 때, 또 실질적으로 여러분들이 집을 구하거나 또 집을 렌트를 주거나 할 때에, 그래서 그 게리 셰어, 이 데모크래트인데 이분이 지금 법령을 준비하고 있다. 그래서 이미그레이션 스테이터스도 그 디스크리미네이션을 못하는 클래스의 하나로 취급할 수 있도록 법을 만들고 있다. 그렇게 되면은 랜드들이 이제 그 이미그레이션 스테이터스가 안 된다고 그래서 거절을 하거나, 그다음에 뭐 에빅션 한다고 협박을 하거나 이렇게 할 수가 없게 된다. 그럼 만약에 이제 어펜더가 생기면 그걸 어기면 2,000불의 페널티이고 그다음에 또 손해배상 청구할 수 있고 변호사 비용도 청구할 수 있다. 지금 현재 뉴저지에 한 46만 명의 서류 미비자들이 있다. 그리고 토탈 레지던스는 한 9 밀리언이 된다. 뉴저지 내에. Okay, the next news is record home prices lowered sales, meaning high home price reduce the force to sales transaction down. And NAR report that house sales dropped in June as the median price of an existing home climbed to a record 460,000. So still we're talking about June record, June number. Right now is almost August. So June, as of June, the median price climbed to record 460,000 in US. Sales of previously owned homes fell for a fifth straight month. The Lawrence said sixth straight month, but this article said fifth straight month, dropping 5.4% in June. That means compared to a year ago, I believe. And West Coast, such as California, shows slowing down more. Usually, residential trends or market trends start from West Coast and then coming to East Coast. So, looks like California is changing fast. And Albany, New York shows least changes. That means still same in residential market. And some experts say the market shows healthy normalization. Yeah, some people are saying, well, now we are getting into more normal situation. And if we want to take a look at this chart, this is median US existing home price. So from May 2021, and this May 2022 January, and now it's current here, June, as of June, the median price, 416,000. So during pandemic, right? Yes, during pandemic, still, price went kind of a little bit higher than 360,000, but went down, and around this area, 350,000 or 60,000 range. But now, from 2022, this is the increased percentage of last year. The year earlier is right now 13.4% higher than last year. But this shows median price increase. So from year 2022, increase continually. Now we hit $416,000. It's median existing home median price in US. 그 6월에 미디언 프라이스가 발표가 됐는데 지금 기록을 깨고 있다. 41만 6천 불이다. existing 홈의 new home 말고 existing 홈의 미디언 프라이스 지금 기록을 지금 달성하고 있고 지금 그러나 그것으로 인해서 sales는 트랜잭션은 계속 이 기사에서는 5개월 동안 계속 떨어진다고 지금 되어 있는데 그래서 준에는 작년 대비 5.4%가 줄어들었다. 그리고 지금 줄어드는 현상이 웨스트 코스트가 빨리 시작을 했고 이제 동부 쪽으로 지금 오고 있는 그런 상황인데 알바니 뉴욕이 지금 그런 변화가 제일 적은 그러한 도시로 알려져 있다. 그래서 어떤 전문가들은 이제 정상으로 돼가는 단계다 이렇게 얘기하는 그런 사람들도 있다. 그런 뉴스가 들어와 있고요. And housing price growth slowed slightly in May. We're going to take a look at the house price growth. Home price growth remained strong in May despite rising mortgage rates and steep prices that are pushing some buyers out of market. S&P Core Large Case Shiller. Now, S&P Core Large Case Shiller's index might be different from nationwide average because this S&P Core Large Case Shiller index looking into 20 major metropolitan areas. Okay. So this index rose 19.7% in the year ended in May, down from 20.6% annual rate the prior month. So in April, to compare the year ago, in April, the price increased 20.6%. But in May, from a year ago, it went up 19.7%. So growth rate slowing down. Growth percentage reduce slightly. That's what they're saying. And the sale of newly built single homes slid 8.1% in June from the prior month to the lowest seasonally adjusted annual rate since 2020. So single home sales, number of sales dropped 8.1%. That's the lowest since 2020. So that's what's happening in the 20 major metropolitan cities in US. 그 홈 프라이스가 core large case shiller에 의하면 5월 달에 1년 전 대비 19.7%가 올랐고 그러나 그것이 4월 달에 20.6%보다는 줄어들었다. 그러니까 올라가는 폭이 지금 줄어드는 거죠. 그리고 그거는 지금 existing house고 그다음에 newly built single home은 8.1% 줄어들었다. 언제로부터? 전달로부터 줄어들었다. 지금 그런 상황에 지금 있고요. 그래서 지금 S&P Core Large Case Shiller 그 차트를 보면은 이 퍼센티지는 change from a year earlier. Okay? 그러니까 전해보다 19.7%가 올라갔다는 건데 에이프릴은 20.6%였다. 1년 전 대비 올라간 퍼센티지가. 그러니까 올라가는 지금 퍼센티지가 조금 주춤했다. 매일. 우리 계속해서 아마 이 통계는 또 보게 될 거고요. Okay, next news is tighter lending curves, commercial real estate deals. The Wall Street is tightening the loan spigot, the 꼭지라는 거죠, 수도꼭지 같은 거, on the commercial real estate industry, which is putting a squeeze on deal making and values. So commercial deals needs to be careful. Banks are lending less and charging higher interest rates for the loans they make to owners and buyers of office buildings, shopping centers, and other commercial real estate. And in this year's second quarter, banks issued $20.6 billion of security backed by real estate loans. down from 29 billion in the first quarter. So that much second quarter reduced commercial loan. Okay. And this year, the sale volume growth, sales volume, so is total sales, transaction amount, okay, volume growth rate has been falling as rising interest has pushed interest rate higher. In the second quarter, investors purchased 190.3 billion of commercial property, an increase of 17% over the same period in 2021. Compared to 1 year before, 17% increase, second quarter. But the last year second quarter was 150% sales volume increase from a year ago. So of course, I think we can imagine because of pandemic, out of pandemic, year 2021 second quarter commercial was great, 150% increase. But year later, second quarter of this year, increased only 17% compared to 2021. So we can see the difference. And also bank, they are now be careful when they give the money to commercial buyers and investors. So they try to reduce commercial loan, basically. 커머셜 론 할 때에 지금 좀 조심이 아니라 뭐 뱅크가 지금 그렇게 좀 줄이고 있다 그러니까 뭐 어떻게 하겠어요? 그래서 적게 랜딩 해주고 또 차지도 더 이자율도 더 높게 부른다. 지금 그게 퍼스트 쿼터까지만 해도 활발했는데 세컨드 쿼터에 들어오면서 은행들이 지금 좀 조이기 시작을 했다. 지금 이런 얘기가 지금 나오고 있고요. 그래서 세일즈, 그러니까 론 액수도 줄어들었고 전체 세일즈 발륨도 지금 줄어들고 있다. 아까 로렌스 연이 얘기를 한 것처럼 지금 리세션이 아니냐 뭐 이런 얘기들 많이 하는데 커머셜 쪽을 봐라 이렇게 얘기했거든요. 로렌스 연이 커머셜이 가는 대로 경기가 따라갈 거다. 이런 얘기를 지금 우리가 미니 세미나에서 했는데 지금 커머셜이 그런 지금 이런 움직임을 보이고 있다. 한번 여러분들도 잘 생각해 보실 필요가 있을 것 같고요. Okay, the last one is some economists see peak in prices and slow decline. Well, a lot of people are saying that, is it the peak right now in terms of inflation? I mean, a lot of people hope so. The growing signs that price pressures are easing suggest that the June's 9.1% increase in consumer prices will probably be the peak. We hope so. But even if inflation comes down, economists see a slow pace of decline. It's not gonna, inflation rate is gonna drop dramatically. It's gonna be very slowly will be declining. And for example, gasoline prices has fallen around 10% from their mid-June high point of 5.2 cents a gallon. And wheat futures prices, medium mill, have fallen by 37% since mid-May, and the corn futures prices are down 27% from mid-June. The cost of shipping goods from East Asia to the US cost is 11.4% lower than a month ago. So in these areas, we're doing okay. I mean, price coming down. And about a few weeks ago, we heard the lumber price came down significantly. Lumber, Home Depot, the wooden material, the lumber came down quite a bit. So looks like inflation now is the peak. That kind of a data suggests that is peaking right now. And also the inflation expectation also fell recently. Okay, expectation is also very important because a lot of people say economy is what? It's a mental dimension, meaning the sentiment is very important. In other words, what you feel is very important. What you think is very important. So that means it's upbeat signal for the Fed, which believes that such expectations influence wage and price setting behavior and thus actual inflation. The University of Michigan Consumer Sentiment Survey showed that longer-term inflation expectations slipped from June's 3.1% reading to 2.8% in late June and early July. So that's kind of a good direction, matching the average rate during the 20 years before the pandemic. So this kind of expectation level is also very important. 지금 드디어 많이 우리가 오래 기다렸는데 일부 이코노미스트들이 이제 인플레이션이 피크가 되지 않았나 이렇게 얘기하는 사람들이 꽤 있다. 준에 우리가 발표된 거 들었죠. 9.1%. 전번 주에 우리가 발표 들었는데 준에 6월 달에 인플레이션 숫자가 9.1%로 나왔다. 이제 그것이 그러면 피크지 않겠느냐 하는 예상들이 좀 나오고 있다. 그리고 만약에 그러나 인플레이션이 이제 꺾인다 그래도 떨어지는 속도는 굉장히 느리게 떨어져 나갈 것이다. 이런 얘기들을 지금 하고 있다. 왜냐하면 가솔린 프라이스도 떨어졌다 그러고요. 그다음에 이 곡물, 밀 값도 떨어졌다 그러고, 콘, 옥수수 이런 거 다 지금 떨어졌고, 그다음에 쇼핑 코스트도 떨어졌다 그래요. 1년 전월 대비. 그래서 아시아에서 오는 그 쇼핑 코스트 줄어들었다. 이제 수입하시는 분들한테 좋은 뉴스가 되겠죠. 그리고 말씀드렸지만은 그 목재 값이 벌써 한 달 정도 넘은 것 같은데요. 상당히 많이 떨어졌다. 그래서 인플레이션이 지금 피크가 아닌가 이렇게 보고 있는데 또 이제 한 가지 그 인플레이션 익스펙테이션이라는 거 기대값이라고 그러나요? 그것도 상당히 지금 떨어졌다. 오케이. 그래서 미시간 대학에서 지금 이런 컨슈머 센티멘트를 서베이를 하고 있는데 그 2.8%로 그러니까 롱텀 인플레이션이 이제 될 거다 하는 그런 기대감, expectation이 오히려 좀 떨어졌다. 3.1%에서 2.8% 떨어졌다. 근데 한 그 정도가 한 팬데믹 전에 한 20년 동안 한 에버리지다. 롱텀 인플레이션에 대한 기대가 미국은 전반적으로 길게 인플레이션이 잘 안 되죠. 오히려 우리가 경험했지만은 팬데믹 그 전에 그리고 조금 후에 2% 인플레이션 만들려고 페드에서 애를 썼죠. 인플레이션이 안 돼가지고 정상적인 경제가 잘 안 돌아간다. 그렇게 얘기를 많이 했는데, okay, so that's pretty much it. And I hope you enjoyed our new interior of our conference room. And thanks to our new admin, Ellie Kim. Okay, any comment, any questions before we conclude this session? Okay, I think that's pretty much it. Again, thank you for joining and see you all next week. Thank you again.